Okay, so welcome to our first live. Thank you for joining us. I'm looking forward to doing a nice bedtime routine for you all tonight. It'll be about 10 to 15 minutes and you should feel nice and relaxed and like you've had a face workout. So I'm looking forward to it. So a little bit of housekeeping. Please make sure it doesn't hurt tonight. If something's painful or sore, just ease off. Face yoga shouldn't be painful. So just sit and watch if you're feeling that at all tonight. So hopefully you've got some face oil beside you and we'll pop that on in a little minute. Okay, so if you're joining along with us, I just want you to close your eyes for a little second. Just take a nice deep breath in and exhale out. And we'll do another one, just in through the nose. And this time out through the nose. Just lowering the shoulders. And we'll do one more. In through the nose. And out through the nose. Just releasing any tension from the day. And we're just going to do a little warm up for our neck to get started. So just pop your neck over to the right hand side. And you can use your hand just to gently give that a little bit more of a pull. Again, we're not hurting ourselves here, but what you might find is if you anchor your head forward a little bit, you're going to get a nice stretch down those neck muscles. And this is really important if we spend a lot of time driving or on our phones. We really want to make sure that we're giving that neck a good stretch. And then help your head up and let's pop it over to the other side. So again, just using that hand, dropping the shoulders, feeling that stretch right on the side of the neck. And then just angling our head forward if we need to. Just feeling that really good release. And then slowly bring the head up. And then what you can do now is we're going to do chin to chest. And we're just going to feel that stretch right up the spine. And again, you can use your hands just to give it that bit more of a deep stretch. Take a deep breath in and then come back up. Okay, what I'd like you to do now is to apply some face oil. So if you've got oil, we don't need too much for face yoga. We need more for gua sha, but not so much for face yoga. And we're just going to apply that all over our face. You can also, if you've got a nice plant-based oil, you can put it over your eyes. If you don't have face oil, you can use something like hyaluronic acid or a nice hydrating face serum. Try and put it down on your chest if you can as well. Okay, we're going to start by opening up some of our lymphatic drainage areas. So we're going to start at the collarbone here. Just about 4 sweeps. 4 and on the other side. 4 and then some neck sweeps down. And then we're going to go to one side of the ear. So you're just opening your fingers like this. And on the other side. And we find that if we do this before our face yoga, we just get that bit more benefit, especially at night time when we want everything to drain away. Okay, we're going to start with an exercise that we do at the beginning of a lot of our workshops. We're going to take a hand, it doesn't matter which one, and we're going to flatten our forehead. And what I want you to make sure is that you're not creating any lines underneath. So a nice still forehead. These eyebrows are going to remain nice and relaxed. We're going to use our eyes rather than our eyebrows, okay? And you're just going to start looking right to left, right to left. And just keep this going. We're just exercising our eye muscles. And this is again important if we've got quite tired eyes from the day. And then we're going to look up and down. And this is where those eyebrows want to get involved. Don't let them. Use your hands to force them down if they're trying to sneak up. Okay, and then I want you to look up and we're going to look round the clock face. So we're going to go to 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and back up to 12. Well done. Can you go the other way? So we're going to do 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then close your eyes, and what I want you to imagine is that your eyes are rolling back in your head, almost looking at your brain. And this is a really good way to stimulate that vagus nerve because it runs right at the back of our eyes. So see if you can just almost turning those eyeballs round. And this is really strange to begin with. It takes a bit of getting used to. Just a couple of seconds more. And open those eyes. Well done. Excellent. Just give them a bit of a blink. Okay, we're going to take some tension away from the eyebrow. So what you're going to do is you're going to use your index finger and your thumb, and you're going to pinch down to the muscle. We're not pulling our skin at the start of your eyebrow for a couple of seconds, and then let go and move along. So we all have different shaped eyebrows. So you're just going along that orbital bone, just where you feel a little bit of tension there. We hold a lot of tension in our eyebrows, a lot like our jaw. So it's really important that we give them this release at night time. Now what I want you to do now is pinch your eyebrows, and I want you to just give a little wiggle just to really release that fascia. And then move along. Little wiggle. And then move along. Well done. And you might have really, really tense eyebrows, and this might hurt or feel a bit tingly at parts, but just keep with it. Well done. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to relax this eye muscle. This eye muscle is a bit like, you can imagine, a scrunchie, and it can open or it can get really bunched up. So what we're going to do is just lightly tap around with our index finger on one side to start, just to loosen it up. Well done. And then we're going to go on the other side with the other hand, just in a nice clockwise direction. You can go on or above the eyebrow and underneath the eye. And then I want you to take your ring fingers. These are our most gentle fingers. You're going to start in the inner corners of the eye. And you're just going to gently sweep out and under, up to the ears and off. Under, out to the ears and off. And we're going to do this about 4 times. And on the 4th time, we're going to take it around the ears and drain it down the neck. Well done. Okay, for our next one, it depends what your nails are like. I've got very short nails, so I do it like this. We're going to be hooking under our cheekbones, and we're going to be putting our fingers under our eyes like this. It's called the under eye press. And we're going to be pressing into the muscle for a second and then moving along. If you've got quite long nails, then you might want to do a hook. So you're just going to hook your thumb and your knuckles like this. Okay, so whichever you're doing, you're just going to move along the cheekbone, really feeling those cheekbones right up. And we're stimulating the collagen here. We're also doing the circulation. You can see on my face, I'm getting a nice flush of redness. And that's okay, that will go away. It's just showing you that you've got really good circulation here. Well done. And we'll do one more. Excellent. Okay, we're going to work those cheeks now. So what we're going to do is we're going to inflate our cheeks from one side to the other, and it's going to look like this. But what we don't want to do is wrinkle up the lips here. So we're going to use our hands on one hand to stretch out the lips. So it looks like this. So keep that going from one side to the other. We're going to do it for about 30 seconds. A lot of people find this quite difficult. So really focus in. Stretch out those lips so you're not making lip lines. And you can really feel that whole cheek muscle just awakening up. A couple more seconds here. Well done. Okay, we're going to do a couple of wows. So we're just going to do wow, wow, wow. You're just going to try and do it as wide as you can, really stretching out that face. Wow. Excellent. Okay, we're going to go on to the mouth now. So what we're going to do is we're going to curl our lips over our teeth, a bit like this, to make a small O. Okay, so what we don't want to do is this. We're making lots of lip lines. Okay, we want to curl them over like that. Okay, and we're going to go from a small O to a wide smile. Okay, so it looks like this. And you can put your finger on your chin here for some resistance. want you to keep this going just for a couple of seconds here. And you can see it's also working the cheeks. And this is a part of face yoga where we're building up the face, we're building up the muscle. The resistance here is just adding a little bit extra. Couple more here. And then we're going to keep our face in that wide smile. And we're going to do this. Up to the ceiling. And back down again. Nice wide smile, opening and closing the mouth. Up to the ceiling. And back down again. Well done. Okay, we're going to, again, the mouth muscle is like the eye muscle. Ooh, it's like a scrunchie. Let's see. So what you need to think about is that it can get really small and really tight, and we want to open it up. So we're going to relax that muscle now. So we're just going to take V fingers and we're just going to go over. It's called our orbicularis oris muscle. And we're just going to smooth it out. And just tell it that it's okay to relax, especially at night time after we've been eating and talking all day. And this should be a really enjoyable, really relaxing move. Okay. Now we're going to get our fingers like this. Okay, we're going to use the tops of them and we're going to tap underneath the chin. And this is an area that can gather a lot of lymph here. So we do tend to have that little double chin here, and sometimes it can just be lymphatic drainage. So we're going to tap, 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 starting underneath the chin. And then we're going to move up the jaw, all the way to the ears. And then we're going to start again. So under the chin, all the way up, and one more time. And now we're going to do a bit of a jaw massage. So we're going to take the thumbs here, the two fingers, and we're going to pinch down into the jaw, lift up and move up, just centimetre by centimetre. And again, you can do it like this, or if your nails are long, you can pinch down with your knuckles. And what you might find is when you get to here, our masseter muscle, you might feel quite a lot of tension here. So if you just give it a little bit of a massage, you can maybe feel how tense that masseter muscle is. We're going to start back at the chin. And we're pinching down into the muscle. We're not pulling the face. We're not stretching the skin. Okay, we're encouraging collagen and elastin to rebuild. We're boosting our circulation in our face. And we're relaxing any tension in this area. Well done. And I want you just to use your knuckles like this. And we're going to go to the chin. And we're going to smooth it up and off. Up and off. We're going to do 4 of these. And on the 4th one, I want you to go up to the ears and drain down the neck. Well done. Okay, we're going to work the neck now. So we're going to put our one hand on top of the other. And you're going to look to the right hand side. Then you're going to look up. And you're going to close your mouth. And you're just going to sit like this. Nice and relaxed, shoulders down. And what you should feel is that nice stretch down the platysma muscle of the neck here. Now, if you want a little bit more, with the mouth closed, you can move your tongue up and down the roof of the mouth at a rate of about 1 per second. So it looks like this. What that's doing is it's just working the bit underneath here so you can feel that that's going up and down when you're doing it. Okay, back to centre. I want you to swap over your hands. Then go to the left side, look up, mouth closed, and either stay here, shoulders down, nice and relaxed, or you can move your tongue up and down to the roof of your mouth at a rate of 1 per second. Really feeling that stretch right down the platysma band here on the other side. Well done. Back to centre. Excellent. Okay, we're just going to cool down our face now. So we're going to do tappy fingers, really light fingers. We're going to tap at the top of the forehead. And you can have your eyes closed for this. This is really nice and relaxing. We're going to go down over the eyebrows, over the temples, under the eyes, onto the nose, over the cheeks, down to the jaw, over the mouth, and then down the neck. Well done. Okay. And then what I'd like you to do, just to finish off, we're going to make little fists, and we're very lightly, starting from the centre of our head, we're going to do little fist pummeling on our skull, just to really release any scalp tension tonight before we go to sleep. So you're going to start in the middle and just move your way back, and then you're going to go down a little bit and move your way back. This should feel really, really nice, quite invigorating. And it sounds more violent than it is. It's noisy, but it's actually a really nice, gentle exercise. And it stimulates the scalp. And remember, our muscles don't stop at our hairline. Our frontalis muscle goes all the way back here. So we want to be relaxing it as much as we can. Okay, we're going to close tonight with a little bit of acupressure, and we're going to do the inner eye point. So we're going to need 2 index fingers, and you're going to go to the inner part of the eye here, and you might feel or see that there's a little indent here. You're just going to hold your finger there on each side. Okay, and for this you can close your eyes. You're just going to hold your fingers at these points for about 20 seconds. And while you're doing this, you're going to take nice deep breaths in and out. You're going to drop your shoulders. You're going to release any tension that you might be holding. This is a really good acupressure point if you suffer from eye strain or eye pain. It's really good if you get dry eyes. And it's an excellent point to get your eyes ready for bed. And then I want you to do tiny little circles in one direction, just really micro circles. And we're aiming for about 15 to 20 of these. And then go in the other direction, keeping those eyes closed, nice and relaxed. And as you're doing that, I've got a little affirmation for you tonight. And it's safe to slow down, relax, and let go. So I thought that was a really nice one to finish. Just to tell yourself it's okay to stop and to get ready for bed, to relax. Okay, you can take your eyes away now and just finish with a bit of a sweep of your head, just over the forehead and down, just finishing off that drainage. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me tonight.